For the Muslim player's turn, you got your list of possible actions here. Activate a leader. Cause an event. My events are all battle events. Resolve a siege, none of them going on, and don't have no diplomacy cards. These are the ones. Make a vassal move. I'm not going to do that. I don't have many units, and the units I do have to stay in the cities for garrison. Don't want to discard, because if the Christian player does move, I have some good battle modifiers here. So, Muslim player's turn. Sorry about the light. He's going to pass. Be right back. Alright. Unfortunately, there's always a rule to get in the way of a good plan. Pass if you have fewer cards than your opponent. You may simply pass without playing a card, so I can't do that because Muslim players got like 3 or 4 cards and the Christian players only got 1, so we will have to discard a card without using it for any value or events, or to conduct an assault without first using a single event. So one of my cards has got to go. I guess I'll make it a I'll look at these, find out which one is least valuable. We'll be right back. Alright, now let's go ahead and chuck this card. It's got a 1 value. Play after foraging rolls, and there, like I said, there ain't no foraging going on in Egypt. So that'll be the move of the Muslim player. And we're looking here. He's got 2 cards left. Christian player's only got 1. And these are both like battle cards. So I believe the Christian player will make a vassal move. And either play a vassal by playing a card. So what we'll do is I'll play my last card here as a vassal move. And I'll move this infantry unit. 1, 2. He just crossed over to Egypt, so I don't have to make no foraging rules or attrition rolls. Must be pretty bountiful in Egypt during that time. But there you go. He has joined the King of Jerusalem and his cavalry. And Christian players looking pretty good since the Sinai, or rather since Cairo has been vacated. Yeah, these people down here wonder what's going on, what's going to happen to him. But so far, yeah, that was the Christian player's move. And it is back to the Muslim player. We'll see what we're going to do. Be right back. Alright, unfortunately, I'll just go ahead and get rid of my 2-op card. I don't really see anything the Muslim player can do, really. He can't do no diplomacy, so he can't make no vassal moves. That epidemic pretty well kept him high and dry, so he will just be discarding a card. And no more cards for the Christian player's side. So it was the last move of the first turn. The Muslim player is discarding a card, and that'll be it. Now we will move over to the ending the strategy phase. The phase ends. Each player runs out of cards before the opponent. He may still conduct vassal moves or pass. Well, we done did that. So we will be demobilizing. Right back. Alright. All non-Fatimid units in Egypt demobilize. Does that mean Crusaders? Alrighty, let's see what's up. Well, these aren't Crusaders, they're Kingdom of Jerusalem. So this is a little conundrum I'm trying to figure out here. I think I'm going to go ahead and use these rules here as a precedent over the other rules. And the other rules do say Crusaders, and these are Kingdom of Jerusalem units. Are not actually Crusaders that have come from Europe over to the Holy Land. These are people that are, well, they're Crusaders, but they've already established a country, Jerusalem. So I think I'm going to go ahead and demobilize everybody in Egypt, except for these guys down here. They're Fatimids. It says non-Fatimids. So I'm afraid the Crusaders might have to go home. Well, it'll be an interesting little spot here. Alright, we're figuring out the demobilization, and we will be back. Alright, so again, It does say here that a leader does not demobilize. Exception, leader is currently besieging blah blah blah, but anyway, a leader does not demobilize, which in this case will be superseded by all non-Fatima units and units to mobilize at the end of each turn. Civil War, no Civil War. So we took that as precedence. And the Kingdom of Jerusalem leader is back in the force pool. And this will be the first time the Christian player has had units in there. Usually, like I said, they don't demobilize. So I think that is going to be the end of demobilization. We will be going on to the end of the turn. Advance the game marker 1 space. Total number of allotted, completed, blah blah blah. Yeah, big deal. Alright then. Turn number 1. We are going to turn number 2. There we are. And next will be victory conditions, but this isn't the end of the game yet, so we are going to do the replacements. We'll be right back. Alright, now for replacement rates. The thing of it is, you got this here, the Templars, their replacement rate is 1/2. You come down here, and it tells you that RR rate, this is kind of goofy, but whatever. I mean, they can explain a little bit better, and I don't know, but it's kind of simple if you look at it. And RR12 means that the player receives a replacement. It's received every even turn. So 1/2 means you get a replacement every even turn. So it is an even turn. So the Templars will get a replacement. One replacement point we're going to do here is flip one of these units on over. Oh, there's a Templar. Okay, he'll flip him on over here and make him full strength. An acre. Alright, Christian player goes first. Hospitalers. They get one on every odd turn, so they don't get to replace their unit. So the Hospitaler will remain at half strength. Alright, you gotta go down the list here. The Christian players are going first. And so on. The Byzantine player, you don't have to. Now I wonder if you don't have units, you can bring fresh units on. So let me look at that right away, because there's nobody in my on the board that's reduced. And they're talking about taking them out of the dead pool, but I wonder if you could just create one. We'll be right back. All right, this tells you here if a power lights. If a power has neither dead nor reduced units, it forces replacements. So replacements are only for dead or reduced units, not for creating new ones. And it's never accumulate. Oh, I thought I was going to say cumulative, but it says replacement points never accumulate. All right, we'll be back with the rest of the replacement phase. All right, so that was the only dead or reduced units for the Christian player. Muslim player also has no dead units and or reduced units on the board. So that will take it, that'll be it for the replacement phase. We will go down to, we see replacement phase. Taking replacements. And turn, I'm sorry, back over here. Replacement phase. Alright, mustering. This is where it all comes down. We'll start deploying some of those units in strategic areas for a Muslim player. But beginning with the Christian player, place any or all units and leaders in their force pools on the map and may adjust intrinsic garrisons in any owned castles. Yeah, we know all about that. So we will be right back with mustering. Christian player starts first. There they are there. Alright, we're going to make a correction here. I've been looking through the rules, and I think all these units here in Jerusalem are going to demobilize. Only Crusaders don't mobilize. And military orders, the Templars and the Hospitallers are optional. So these guys aren't Crusaders, and I'm going to put them in the force pool here. A little correctione. And now we're going to go ahead and deploy for the mustering base. And while I was mustering, I just noticed that there were still units there. These guys here are optional. Crusaders and are Hospitallers and Templars. Crusaders never demobilized, but I don't really have that many Crusaders on here. Now here's somebody from Tripoli. Huh. That aren't Crusaders either. So are these guys all got an Antioch? Huh. Okay, we got a little... I think all these guys got demobilized too. We'll be right back. Alright, demobilization of leaders and military orders is optional, and those two guys have units with them. So they can keep half of their strength. So that's 2. He's only got 1. That'll work. He can keep him. Old Raymond. Yeah, he can keep 3. It's 2, so you have to give up 1 there, sir. Put him into the force pool. Alright, so anybody that ain't a Crusader gets demobilized. I wonder if that goes for the Byzantines too. Demobilization leaders, yeah. Okay, well, these guys here got demobilized too, according to... We'll see what kind of leaders they got here. Byzantine, he can carry 2. He has... Take out 1 from him. He has 4. 1, 2. Take out from him. So let's make sure we did this right. He has 1, 2. Equal to half his rating, which is a 4. He has 2 and just a 1. So all these units get demobilized and put into the force pool because they're not Crusaders. They're not Crusaders. Alright. I guess I'm doing that right. We will find out. Alright, that was it. That was demobilization. Now we're going back to mustering. And like I said, I think we got this all set up right now. Let me straighten out the board, go over my moves, and we're back. Alright, another correctione. Seljuk Turks get 2 replacements per, and I didn't see this till now, but he had a reduced unit there that he will replace. He'll stay there with his units. He can carry 2 with him, so he'll carry these 2. They won't have to be demobilized. So now I think we're all caught up, just making sure everything's right. I didn't see that unit underneath there reduced, so the Seljuks do get 2 replacements, so they can replace that guy, build him up to full strength. We got some force pools full of units, and we'll be now mustering. We'll be back. Alright, it's now the mustering phase, and we'll just go down each power now. We'll start with the Byzantines. Well, there is a rule for the Byzantines, and it does say that they may be placed in any spot without limit, as long as it's unbesieged and owned by Byzantium. So during demobilization, he lost his 1 unit. They're going to come on back. So Byzantine gets 1 unit. We'll go down here to the Principality of Antioch. And, oh, those are Armenia, so no Antioch forces. County of Tripoli, none of them. Kingdom of Jerusalem. Now here we go. Jerusalem. And we got a leader there. So let me find out how we'll do that. We'll be right back. Alright, I missed a unit. Antioch had 1 in the power pool. So no more than 2 units in a walled city or provincial capital. No more than 3 units in a power's capital. So it's just 1 unit here. And he will join all the Bohemian back there in Antioch. So they go in, they go out. I don't know what the mechanics of that is, but I guess he could have went somewhere else. All right, now we're moving on to the placement of the forces of Jerusalem. We'll be right back. All right, so we got to go down here. I skipped a spot. Leaders get placed first. And I was wondering what to do with the leaders because we got a bunch of them. So let's go ahead and place those now. I don't think it'll make a big difference. The king of Jerusalem. Well, come on. We'll go into Jerusalem. Then we got these two leaders. Oh, I thought those were leaders. I guess not. All right. They're Armenians. Huh. They don't come up yet. We'll place them after we place the Jerusalem leaders. Okay, that was the leader placement. Then we'll go with the placement of the Muslim leaders. We'll be right back. All right, then. We'll go ahead and put Norden back in Damascus. But we still have this Muslim leader, Sanzar. And we got to find out where to put him. I'm thinking somewhere down south. That's where we gotta head back to Egypt. So, I don't see any really ungarrisoned. I do see Edessa sitting up there ungarrisoned. That is a problem. But we need his leadership for any assault in Egypt. So I will place him. Where do we want to place him at? Leaders. Want to space on any unbesieged space controlled. Well, I don't know if Baalbek's controlled by. We'll just put him in with a castle. Alright, we'll put him right here. So he's close by. They'll join forces. I want his leadership rating when I go into Egypt. Alright, now we're back to this. I think we got it all correct. We'll be right back. Alright, well, with Jerusalem units, it does say here again, no more than 3 units in a power's capital. So we'll go ahead and take that Jerusalem army's cavalry and 2 of their infantry, and they'll join their King Almeric back in Jerusalem. There. That leaves me with 3 other units. So I'll put them in the Jerusalem castles that are closest. There could be 1 per. Jerusalem Castle. Jerusalem Castle. That'll be initially what we'll do. We'll be right back. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead with that. The only thing is I moved him from down here a little bit closer. It's one thing you don't really get it too spread out. I don't know how I'm going to muster them all together. Vassal moves or something. It all depends on the card play. But that is that for them. Oh, Kingdom of Jerusalem, Templars, Hospitallers. Now I do still have Armenians up there, so I'm trying to see. Is Armenia neutral still? Kingdom, Lesser Armenia. Okay, they never were supposed to have. What do you call it? Left the board anyway. I don't know. Hold on a second. Demobilize is the word I'm looking for. They were never supposed to demobilize because they were neutral. So we'll go ahead and put him back here in Armenia. He had 4. 1, 2. Okay. Yep. Lesser Armenia is neutral, and neutral units never demobilize. So that corrects that little issue. Rules, and more rules. Alright, I think we got it right now. Alright, now we got here is a pro-Fatimid. And we'll read up on that here. But let's go ahead and move on over to the Muslim side. Christians are all taken care of. We'll be right back. Deployment of the Seljaks. And they have a nice army. What to do with it? We got to keep it close to Egypt. But there are definitely deployment limitations. So we put a big army. The biggest, I think, gathering of forces you could do is put 4 of them into an off-map box. So Mosul will definitely probably be getting 4 units. We don't want to get them too spread out, but we might not have a choice. Don't want to waste time getting them all together again, but like I said, you ain't got a choice. Deployment of the Seljuks. We'll be right back. Alright, no more than 3 units. And it powers capital. It powers more than one capital. They muster 3 in both. But in this scenario here, for the Seljuk Turks, and I don't really say capitals, it just says control, what they control, but it does say their home province is Mosul, so I think that instead of home province it might have been capital. Huh. The another key word here also is shoot. No more than 3 units in a powers capital. It doesn't say, I mean, like Aleppo has Damascus and all that, so or rather Aleppo's got Aleppo, Damascus has got Damascus. You could interpret it to mean 3 in each one, but it says powers capital, and we're going for the Seljuks, and their capital's Mosul, so we're doing it this way. 1 Seljuk per castle. 2 in a city capital that's not their home capital. So we got 1 accordingly. And there's another 2 instead of 3 at Aleppo. It's the way I'm interpreting it. But there you go. I'll be putting those underneath their units there just to save space. But I wanted to show you the disposition of the forces and how I had to do that. They're spread out, but that's the way it goes. And they even got my 3 in Mosul there. So let the vassal moves fly. That is it for the mustering phase. I got 1 Fatima unit over there. I'm going to look at the special rules, because it said split them, but if how do you split 1 unit? We'll be back. All right, this rule here covers it. All Egypt is blah 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 during mustering right here. Divide the units in the force pools evenly among the 2 players. Odd units going to the player controlling Shawar. Also divide into replacement points. That is very interesting. So Shawar is, there you go. So the Muslim side gets the Fatimid replacement. And I don't know where he's from. He might have been from the epidemic, but they definitely get that player back. So, or get that unit back. All right, let me straighten things up. I'll be right back. Deal strategy cards. We've gotten our housekeeping done. Let's look over what's going on here. There's the pro-Muslim Egyptians or Fatimids. Those are the ones on my side. Remember, I was up here earlier. But it's one thing about this game. It's a new gaming season, and I guess that's what they intended it to be. I mean, that's the way it was back then, because it's kind of like a new game every turn. I mean, I guess sometimes if you have gains, you can have leaders in cities that you captured, you can gain them that way, but yeah, everybody goes off the board and back on. So it is a new campaigning season, and we're back at it to try to get Egypt. You can see where there's 2 units for the Fatimids. We have 1 unit underneath there, but there you go. Aleppo's pretty strong. We got a little bit of them up there, but again, these will come into play. And all this depends on the strategy cards. So we'll deal 7 each player, and we'll be right back. Alright, we got us 7 cards dealt. Christian player gets the first one, and the second one goes back and forth till you get 7. But the keys to the game are in place. Or the keys to game turn number 2. We have to determine initiative, but nothing's changed, so it'll be the Christian player's first card play. And that's what we'll be doing. Determine initiative. It's been Christian. It is the strategy phase. First card play by the Christian player coming up.